حياكم الله وياكم دانر بهاي الحلقة الخاصة من بودكاست مقهى صناع الالعاب. هاي الحلقة سجلتها لايف شات ويا جمهور، كان فشي مميز وأول مرة بصراحة أجرب أسويها. سويناها بالبوكيت جيمر كونكت نسخة الأردن. صارت بشهر 11. تأخرت لحد ما أنزلها، أعذرني. بس حبيت أنزلها ولو هو مرات شوية الصوت بعيد لأن المايك كان قريب من يمي، أعتذر عن هذا الشيء، ولكن حبيت أنشر لكم إياها. كان شيء وفرصة رهيبة بصراحة إني أرجع ألتقي وجها لوجه ويا الرهيبين اللي كانوا موجودين وياي بهاي الحلقة، الضيوف الخرافيين بصراحة. عندك نور خريس من الورد، حازم الحنبلي من ماد، مصطفى سويدان من تشيكمانيا، وميعاد افلح من ستارفينيا. كلهم رهيبين. حبيت أرجع أشيك وياهم، أشوف من وقت ما سوينا الحلقات وياهم، الحلقات الخاصة، شنو الشغلات اللي تغيرت، شنو الشغلات اللي تطورت، شنو رأيهم عن الصناعة حاليا، شنو اللي قاعد يصير. فإن شاء الله تستفادون من هاي الحلقة. مثل ما قلت لي إنه كان هو المؤتمر كان بيها ناس من المنطقة وناس من أجانب، فالحكي كان تقريبا يعني معظمها كان بالإنجليزي، بس إن شاء الله يكون الإنجليزية كانت بسيطة وكذا، بس حبيت أنشر لكم إياه للفائدة وحتى تبقى موجودة. فإن شاء الله مشاهدة ممتعة وتستفادوا منها. السلام.
Right. I think we should start. يعطيكم العافية، كيف الصحة؟ Thank you for attending this session. This is the Game Makers Cafe. This is friends who shaped the Middle East industry in the gaming. And sorry, it's not a round table. We were thinking about to make it round table with tea and coffee and making it very friendly.
We can treat it as a...
We can treat it as like that, yeah.
I think the round table is it's a mistake, but the coffee, you have to bring us...
والله كان لازم, yeah. We need...
And cookies.
Right, cookies. We will bring that. I have the pen with the orders. So, just wanted to explain. So, Game Makers Cafe, مقهى صناع الالعاب, it's a podcast, and these awesome guests, I was honored to talk with them in the previous episodes of this podcast, so you can check it out. And we thought it will be a very fun, friendly thing because this is the first time we sit face to face after we talked in the podcast. So we will talk like a catch up as a friends of what happens since we talked and with the industry and some advices for that. Feel free, please, to interrupt anytime with the questions. We don't want to treat it like a panel, just interrupt, go tell your story and that. With this, I want to welcome my amazing panelists and guests. So we have Noor Khreis, the amazing Noor Khreis, everyone knows him from الورد. We have Hazem, Madhog, everyone knows Madhog. We have a good crowd of that. Chickmania with Mustapha, the CEO of Chickmania, and ميعاد افلح, Starvania, a very promising startup company with amazing name. And with that, we talked last time, and it was amazing talking. And I wanted to know, since this talk, it's been almost, I think, a year or a year and a half, and you were the newest, so it's like a 2 months, but we revisit some points. So I want to know, since our last talk, what do you think evolved and changed in the Middle East gaming industry in general, in your point of view? So please, if you want Noor or anyone to jump in.
Danar, thank you. Danar, I know Danar is one of the early members in the gaming lab.
Yeah.
He basically worked with us early in 2011, I think.
Yes.
2012. Happy to see you always, Danar.
Thank you.
I was happy to be with you on the podcast. I think Saudi Arabia changed, and we have an example. I think, and it's not about the money. It's about the real change. The real change, having a female lead developer happening today with fantastic game. And I remember when I met Miyada the first time, I told her, your game will be ahead. It's so localized, the real localization, the real culturalization. This is the change. 40 million population will change. supported by a 5 years in advancement from Jordan, this would change.
Of course.
And I think we started to realize here in the MENA region that collaboration is important and we don't look into ourselves as isolated markets. And this is very good, especially in the gaming. So the gaming language today changed the mentality that we have in the Middle East. We are collaborating. We understood, which is very important, and I'm always happy to see the female audience. We understood the female audience is important. At least in Jordan, we have more than 60% of our power in the gaming industry is female, and that's the change. That's the change that is, you know. And as I said today and yesterday, we started with 400 in 2011. We started with 400 attendees. Yesterday it was 2,500 attendees.
That's amazing. I'm excited to see this number. Yeah.
That's the change.
Cool. Hazem, what has been changed, man? A lot of Mad Hook changed.
From our side, we released our first PlayStation game almost a year ago, so now we know more about consoles. It's an interesting time for us, and we are working on our next PlayStation game, which we released the beta and did very well in the beta stage. But if you want to talk about the industry in general, things are changing in a crazy way. We are seeing the AAA studios going down while AA studios are going up. I believe this time is the time of indie developers and AA games. So lucky for us that this is the type of game that we are developing.
That's awesome. Mustapha.
The change that I've been seeing is that...
It's fine.
Yeah, the change that I've been seeing is that everyone in the MENA region is thinking about developing for a global market rather than it is always let's develop for the MENA region, let's develop for the GCC. What's very interesting is that everyone I talk to, including us, are no longer confined within the MENA region and the Arabic-speaking market. Everyone is thinking about globalization and then localizing for the MENA. So that's a good thing for me.
That's awesome. I will go back to this point because I have more follow-up questions. Miyad?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of change is happening, not only like in the MENA region, like specifically maybe in Saudi. Like the industry in Saudi is growing massively, like not in few years, not in days, like literally every day, keeps growing every day. You are speaking about no gaming industry back then, and now you are speaking about more than like 30 studio has been launched. So you can imagine like the amount of support that the country is providing, initiatives like accelerators, incubation programs, not only like from the financial aspect, but also like in terms of mentorship, like literally everything. And not only that, you can see that there is actually a change in the awareness itself. You know, like back then in Saudi, we didn't have like any industry. And even like when everyone speaks about, oh, I want to be a game developer, everyone starts to think back then, like, you're actually wasting time. It's not a serious business that you can make money out of, you know. But now you can see like a huge awareness from everyone because that's actually now part of the 2030 vision. And all the other like parents even started to support this industry because they can see the potential, you know. Specifically for us in Starvania, a lot of things changed from the last time.
Oh, really? Nice.
Talked.
Okay.
So we actually recently won an award at DEFCON
Nice.
with the best graphics.
Congrats.
Where we're so proud with this achievement and recognition. And since then, a lot of publishers started to reach out for us. So we already have now 3 publishing deals on the table that we are comparing between them. So because like back then, before we won the award, we were struggling to find publishers. But like after we won the award, lots of publishers started to reach out to us. They are showing interest that we are now being the first Saudi developer who won or being part of the DEFCON Indie Award. So that was huge, and I felt very proud of such a recognition because I felt like this recognition is not only like an achievement for us as Starvania or as the Saudi market, but it's literally for the entire MENA ecosystem, you know. So yeah, that's mostly the recent update.
Congrats, amazing news. Like, it's always good to hear that there is awards been winning from companies here in the region, and they are interested publishers in the games that's coming out from the region. I will go back to Mustapha with a follow-up, and please feel free to jump in also. Why do you think we change thinking about the games, thinking more about the globally than locally?
I think one of the most important things is the players are more sophisticated, are getting more sophisticated, and we now see that you don't have to have a game completely localized for it to work in MENA. So if you're working for like a really high standard game, might as well make it global and then make it work in the MENA region. For us, we've been seeing this trend. Some of our games have been hitting in India without even, like, organically, without even marketing or anything. So we thought, why not go the extra mile and start actually targeting those regions.
And this is different from, I don't know if you agree, Noor, Hazem, if this is different from, like, for example, should I make a game that locally stand out for the people, but the Western can play it also, or no, making a game that really stand out for the taste of the Western? This is different from that, right?
So, basically, in our case, what we do is we build like localized game that has global appeal. So even if you look at our like localized characters, Arabic characters.
So you know it's from the Middle East. Yeah.
Globally, they are relating somehow to it, and they are liking these new characters that they are not used to. The same way the other way around when we play like games like Ghost of Tsushima. It's about samurai culture, Japanese culture, but we as Arabs, we enjoy it as well. So now is the time to show them our culture, and so far we are getting like, for example, our fighting beta had almost 200,000 downloads from France.
Uh-huh.
And the feedback from there, we had to open.
This is good news because the character is like fully Arabic style.
But somehow they like it, so I think it's always good to test your game globally.
Amazing.
Exactly.
Nice. Noor, do you have a follow-up on that?
I think success must start locally.
Uh-huh.
So this is a must. If you want to be a global success, you must be successful in your local market. And then definitely, I think what is meant to go globally is the sophistication of the UI UX. We used to create the UI UX just for the MENA region. Talking about Saudi Arabia, we used to select colors that is yellow or dark red because the Saudis, they like these colors. Today, they became, and I'm talking about Saudi because it's the largest market. And now we no longer see this taste of color that we used to see 5 years ago. So the sophistication is becoming more global. So we became more global players. And when we say global, we are talking about markets where they are more advanced in UI UX and a whole gameplay experience. So we need to match them because they are competing with us in our own local markets. And there is no local and global market, but there is a local marketplace. And because we put our products on the app stores, he's getting from France, he's getting from India. And this is why we need to be ready for the people who are competing with us, with the studios who are competing us outside of the region. But I'm with also creating local IPs with local story as
Exactly. I was about to say that.
And take it outside. And not taking it outside because there's a lot of Arabs in the US or there is there is a good player outside, have a good game, and they will play it.
I will take this point. We'll come to Miyad. Like how you did that for the people who doesn't know. For example, Bahamut. Tell us if how it's Arabic, story Arabic, but global appealing.
Yeah, so the thing is, sometimes when you're speaking about local content, For us specifically, like in the Saudi market, usually you think about shumag, thob, and camel. That's the stereotype, you know, to the point that it might only be appealing to the local audience, you know.
Although Hazem, he break that with Amr, because Amr is like دشداشة وحطوه بس. It break that went to France, but
yeah, honestly,
I get your point.
At the beginning when we started working on Bahamut, it was extremely localized. Like it's based on Arabian culture. It's based on an Arabian mythology. At the beginning, we were so, I would say, worried that we might actually face some challenges in delivering this local cultural aspect to the globe. But then we started to like travel all around the world. We participated in a lot of global events and we showcased the game. We were very surprised that people actually are very interested to know more about Arabian mythologies because it was something new, unique, and they don't see a lot in the market. Actually, it's also within the global standards. And I feel like that's actually the key here. So when you create like a local content, just don't focus on like the local audience, but try to make it match the global standards so the global audience as well can feel familiarized about what you are doing, but they can also see the taste or the background between like behind like the lore of your game and whatnot. Especially like if we're speaking about mythologies in general.
Exactly.
Gamers love mythologies. Like mythologies are going trending, and a lot of gamers love mythologies. But like how many games have been based on Greek mythology or Japanese mythologies? A lot. But we noticed that no one's actually speaking about Arabian mythologies. And even when you think about Arabian mythology, probably comes to your mind Sindbad, Ala-ad-Din, and those famous stories. While there are actually a lot of other stories that are worth to be told, and we really need to deliver this new perspective to the global gaming market within the global standards.
Totally agree. Was it a game design decision from the beginning of the game, or while you testing you discovered let's make it appeal more to the Western in terms of the UI UX and the gameplay?
Actually, that's a funny story. It was a coincidence.
Okay.
So we started with the swimming mechanic, and it felt good. It felt smooth. It felt good. And then we started to think about, okay, what should we name this project? Like just to have a placeholder. Then one of our team members, she was so passionate about mythology. She said, there is a creature called Bahamut, which is like a whale underwater. We go, okay, let's put that name as a placeholder.
That's interesting.
And
so
then,
it started like a global style of a game, then it was colored with the methodology of
exactly. And when we searched more about the mythology, we felt like, okay, that's actually something interesting. Let's work around it. And then
nice.
It just came from there.
That's amazing. I will jump to Noor because I think this question will fit you more. Do you think nowadays we have more support for the local developers? Within it was Jordan or any other countries?
Wallahi, to be honest, support from whom? From us? We did. We are doing our job. I can see Mad Rocks t-shirts, I can see Chickmania. We did it already.
Nice.
And we did not depend on government or depend on anyone else to support us. At least I'm talking about in Jordan. So we did it, alhamdulillah.
True.
Through the gaming lab, so just not to be confused, the gaming lab, which run under the King Abdullah Fund for Development, we are not government. So, but we did not wait 13 years to create this beautiful scene of beautiful game developers from Jordan. So we already did it. So are we supporting? Yes, we are supporting. We are going to universities. We are developing skills. We're taking our time for our mistakes. We are friendly with each other as companies. We don't have this tough competition on our resources. And it happened naturally. Through the years, it happens. We communicate together. So yes, we did the support. Now, in Jordan, which we are happy with the Vision 2033 that we have, we already have a very clear strategy for the creative industry and what the government can help us to basically support the ecosystem.
Yeah, expand it more.
Expand it more. And the beautiful thing that I talked about it yesterday, finally, alhamdulillah, universities already have a bachelor's degree for gaming. That means your son can graduate and be باشمهندس and whatever they want, because this is very important, and not the loser who's wasting his time working on a game and creating a game, because this is not, that has
True.
been a so we are supporting, and I think local Jordanian and that the comments of everyone, the local Jordanian community is a very strong community, alhamdulillah, strong in an organic way, and we collaborate with Chickmania on filming the beautiful venues or events for the past 2 events, and this is collaboration. We sit and we talk. We collaborate with Thoughts with Mad. So we sat on the same table in Singapore for a program of 6 months. So we do collaborate, but we still suffer from the community not collaborating with us. Let me tell you how.
Please.
We need our local community to consume our products, to use our products, and they are not. It should be a natural thing
To download and support the games and give you feedbacks to improve it.
Talk about,
Yeah.
we even, if it's a Jordanian product or a Saudi product in Saudi or Jordanian product, we should be proud talking about our local game developers. Whether we are a supermarket, whether we are a TV, a radio station, and not to wait for an event that is happening every year, once a year, to talk about Mad Hogs.
Exactly. I remember when they launched, China, when they launched the Wulong, the recent game. Yeah, I'm sorry, but a different name. Like many companies, I read an article, they made like a full day, like a vacation, just go home and buy the game and play the game, just supporting the local product, review it, check it out, make things like this. But true, we don't use the word of mouth. The community don't use the word of mouth of our products, unfortunately.
The unfortunate part.
Yeah.
Because by the end of the day, if you, again, your success, going back to stories, the success of Angry Bird happened within Finland, within the Scandinavian country, and then it went globally. This is the only way we can go globally, is our people, and I'm talking about you guys because we support each other. I'm talking about the larger scale of that, and it's not about the card game, it's not about tricks or tornado, and you are downloading my game, you are playing my game, or getting it. It's about non-traditional games, where there is more creativity and more...
Personally, I'm always curious about Arabic developed games. Each game I see it in the market, whether mobile or on PlayStation or PC, I always try to get it, to test it, to check it out. Personally, I'm proud of multiple studios all over the Arab world, from Saudi Arabia, from Jordan, of course, from Egypt. We have a couple of studios here, from Dubai, UAE. So, it's something you should all do, which see our local products and test them.
I think this is
This is a very important point, to be honest with you, and it's correct. It's a problem. I never thought about it in this way, but it is true. In the events, everyone is excited. Oh, it's amazing, and that's it. They forget about it until next year, and everyone gets excited again. But there is nothing in the middle. فقاعة. Yes.
Around Arab games, that they always compare us to like AAA studios. So you are an indie studio who are creating a AA game, for example, and they started comparing you to GTA 6.
Yeah, I was about to say, that لن تصبح ردد, which is a very famous thing that people use it. Always, it's like this. You never can do this game. Of course.
Yet you will find lots of fans.
That's awesome. Challenges. Do you think, Hazem, Mustapha, Miyad, Noor also, what are the challenges that's still here, except for the community, which is a very important point, that you think it's still a big block or something like this in terms of the game industry to become even more powerful in the region?
There are lots of challenges. In our case, one of the most challenges that we have is finding resources. We have been looking for an UX UI artists for almost 6 months.
Talents.
Yeah,
Okay.
talents. So far, it's been hard. And it's understandable because it's a new industry here in the Arab world. And somehow it's niche. And so you will have lots of people interested in it, yet many people are afraid of it. So that's one. Another thing is, not in our case, but in many cases, is finding funding. Many developers struggle to get funding.
True. Investors is not easy. Finding the right investor is even more problem because some investors doesn't understand the game industry and he thinks like you put X, you get Y. It's never this case. Mustapha.
Like Hazem said, I feel like there's a barrier that we need to go through. And the challenges is finding like talents that went through that barrier, because like everything that we are doing right now is breaking like like reaching new goals in the industry in the region, and so we feel like we're the one experimenting and trying what works, what doesn't work. I think we need people who already tried those things and like can share with us this experience.
For example, we went to console. No one supported us. I mean, everyone was like against the idea. It's tough there. It's a new market. You can't compete. You can. It's different. You should focus mainly on mobile. And we did it anyways. And so far we had great success on console. So if you know what you are doing and you find someone to consult, you can do it, but you need to try first.
Finding that one is
it's not easy. I have a quick follow-up, unless you have some addition. I will get back to you.
Yeah, I want to add to what have been said. I totally agree with everything. And adding to this, in terms of funding, you could see that there's a lot of investors mostly lean into investing in mobile games, not PC and consoles. I think it's because there are multiple factors, but I think it's because the MENA region in general focuses more on mobiles. Now you can see that there are some studios are now focusing on PC and consoles.
I wanted to add that we were just talking, me and Noor, about that.
Yeah.
We recently people going to Steam and PC.
Yeah, suddenly.
What do you think? Why this is happening?
I think part of it is trying to fill the gap in the market. For us specifically, it wasn't filling the gap more than we really want to deliver or create experiences that we personally believe in, that we personally like.
For a specific audience that's more on PC than mobile.
Yeah, for the team specifically in Starvania, none of us are actually mobile gamers. So we want to deliver something that we personally enjoy, that we personally play. But I could see that some of the investors are a bit cautious about exploring this new territory for them. They feel that it can be actually more safer for them to invest in mobile games, which I feel like this something needs to be improved specifically in the MENA region. Another thing, I noticed that we are actually missing publishers. There's a lot of developers. We have investors. We have developers. We have some very good talents.
It's booming. The small studios, new studios, startups is booming faster than
we have few,
the capacity of the publishers.
Only few publishers, and most of the publishers in the MENA region are also focusing on mobile games, not PC and consoles. So I feel like if we really want to build an entire ecosystem, we should have even more publishers in the MENA market so that we can really complete, I would say, the ecosystem in the MENA region.
This is good. So I will take this question for you guys, since you self-publish or publish other games. Why do you think PC and more mobile?
I've never heard of a single publisher in the MENA that publishes on console PC.
True.
So there's
this is zero. We don't have.
It's to start. It's something to consider. For me, self-publish first, then look for a publisher if you need. So you self-publish it. If the game goes viral, if you can generate revenue, if you can market it.
So you test your game, then look.
If it didn't do well, you will have the KPIs that need it. So when you contact the publisher, you can give them the KPIs of the game, and they will publish it then. But in most cases, if you don't have KPIs, especially on mobile, first thing they will tell you, we need to test it, or if you can bring us the KPIs. So if you go with a game that has like, let's say 5,000 downloads only, and you couldn't scale it after that with very high retention. If you contact the publisher, I have the following game, very high retention, but I couldn't scale it, they will sign the deal directly. So yes, publish first, alone, then look for a publisher if you need.
I'm happy you said that, since I'm about to do that, so I'm diving in without a publisher, but let's see how it goes. Mustapha, Noor?
I think what she said about she's a console or a PC player.
Yeah.
Myself, I started in 2003 as a mobile game studio because I'm a mobile gamer. In terms of I played Game & Watch in my life, PSP. Today, the only console that I have is my Switch. So I'm used for the portability of a game. So if you put a PC game or a console game in front of me today, I have zero. So this is important. You create your game. About self-publishing, we are a self-funded, self-publishing operation for the past 21 years. So I strongly believe if you can afford this, and
do it.
Afford it financially, afford it mentally. If you can afford it mentally,
Go for it.
We create gaming studios and games because we love it, we enjoy it. 90% of us into the gaming industry because this is
Because of the passion, yeah.
Passion.
Yeah.
10% are bankers who created this because they want to make money. If you are the banker who wants to create money, don't listen to me. If you are here because you enjoy what you are doing, yes, you can survive without having an Excel sheet submitted to your board every quarter.
True, I totally agree. Mr. Do you have a follow-up or...
I
sorry.
don't have any
Then
experience in the console, so I prefer to just
Yeah,
listen.
why you picked mobile? Let me ask you this. And staying on mobile.
It was easier to create an MVP and just launch instantly. We believe that publishing on console or Steam requires more. It requires you to be more prepared in terms of the team size, your art team. There's like a certain level of standards that you need to hit before you can launch. So for us, it was a business-driven decision that we're self-funded, we need to launch, and we don't want to get investments from an early stage. So let's go mobile.
I agree. Mehad, do you want to add?
I want to add to the self-publishing process. Actually, I noticed that some other developers see that self-publishing is considered as a failure, you know? It's like, oh, we didn't find a publisher, unfortunately we self-publish. Why unfortunately? It's actually good. Like I strongly recommend self-publishing. Why? There is actually a lot of advantages. Like I think from my opinion, I think this kind of experience to go self-publish is a must for any studios to have. So in order to like start negotiating or start a conversation with a publisher, you know what it takes. You know the ins and outs. You know everything. So you know how to start a conversation. You know how to give and take. You know. Another thing, it's literally as they said. If you can really afford it, then why not? You are actually taking like 100% of revenues. Why don't you do that? You know, some other publishers, you may actually go with a publisher that might not be within your advantage. I would say it might actually be better for you to self-publish than go with that other publishers, because like sometimes they take like the responsibility of, let's say, they will be taking care of the marketing, localization, QA, and porting, and all of the other services. And then, when you like handed over the game, you can see that they didn't like put that much effort on the marketing. Okay, your game failed not because of you, because of the publishers who didn't do anything about it. You know, so it might be actually better for you to self-publish and you do your own marketing that you can believe it will actually perform well. than actually relying on other publishers.
This is also raising something that how to pick the right publisher.
The right publishers, exactly.
This is another big talk that we need to discuss
So
later.
it's never bad actually to go self-publish at all.
Yeah, true. Hazem, I want to go back to you. Why you went to PlayStation? What was the decision? Like, what happened? Then you said, okay, now we need to turn this mobile game to a PlayStation to test the market and maybe making something only for PlayStation.
It's the dream.
Okay, nice to see your game on the PlayStation market.
Basically, personally,
This is the passion part that we talked about. That's why we are passionate.
I would have went to PlayStation from day one, but again, going to console is not easy, as Mustapha said. So we waited for the right time. The difference for me between consoles and mobile. In mobile, you have to go free to play, and you have to build a good game with good monetization in order to generate revenue. So you need to focus on creating a good game and good monetization, which is lots of work. Versus on console, you can go with the paid model where you focus mainly on the game and the mechanics, and you can build a really good game. And there is have you ever heard of eating your own dog food? So there was a manufacturer of dog food, and he had a dog, and he was at home, and he tried to feed the dog food that is manufactured.
Yeah.
Factory creates.
Yes.
And his dog didn't eat it.
So he tested out.
So he needed to enhance the product until his dog ate it. So the same concept. I want to build games that personally I would pay. And
Yeah. Of course, I totally agree. And I will move on for, I skipped the success and the achievement. You guys are awesome. Everyone knows almost each other, and I'm very excited for your achievements. That's happening. Congrats. You want to add?
I want to add on
Yes,
success,
please.
because we have a very nice young audience. We need to define the success.
Yes.
I need to define the success.
Because people always think like success, it's a bunch of money. It's not always exactly that.
Or if I attracted investors or a G class,
صار عندك G class.
so
أنت success.
we need to define success. So we agree, and we should agree on one success definition.
Of course.
It's relative.
Exactly. But let's not pressure ourselves if we are creating our own studio, not to pressure ourselves that success means investors and bringing investor on the table or having a publisher, or this is not success. This is because there are some definition. A G class might be a success definition. I respect it for you, but there are things. We should avoid to accept as the definition of success, which is an investor on board. It's not a success because you are losing part of your shares to this investor. That I always compare it to a piece of land. If you sell your land, it's not a success. So this is one. Second, having a publisher owner, it's also an option. So if your product is not with a publisher, that does not mean you are not successful. Okay. And the third thing, which is a must, is how big your team locally that you are creating. This is success.
True.
Because if you don't create a local, because it is much easier today for us to bring the best designer from Kiev or the best developer. It's easy with this globalization flap. Also with salaries, it's almost the same, but there is no success here.
For me, success is creating an impact. So whether you created a game that went viral and people loved it and played it,
Or your family played it and they are happy.
yeah,
It's,
okay,
it's fine. The impact, the size of the impact is again, we are talking about creativity. We are talking about products that touch people, and sometimes you touch 2 or 3 people, they can change their life. And of course, we need money and monetization because we want to sustain, because we want to grow. And this is the biggest challenge for us, is the growth and to sustain the operation. But I'm happy that you managed to agree with Ibrahim on a PlayStation game. You did not agree on Android and Android and iOS. Good that you agreed on it. I went there twice.
You saw it. Okay, that's why.
The other type of impact is you people here. So when I see my team growing, people are like creating great games, great content. This is the kind of success that makes me happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, to be honest, that's for me, is what it's all about.
The local
seeing the
team,
growing and like organically growing, not because we have like 10 million and we don't know where we should put it, so just start hiring people. Seeing also people, like the people who joined, growing into like something else. For example, Jamil, he came as a QA, he's now a producer, and he fixed like the whole process of our studio.
Just amazing.
This is success to see
Of course.
someone
Yeah.
moving forward.
Nice. Of course. That's amazing. Amazing, man. Thank you. Mehad, success.
In my opinion, success is never the final destination. Whenever you reach a point, you wish for more. You know, so it really depends on whatever goals you have. I would say success is a very wide terminology, is a very wide topic. Let's I would say break it into pieces and maybe focus on the small wins. So just put a goal in your list. Did you achieve that goal? Okay, check. You jump into the next goal. So you succeeded in achieving that goal. So you move to the next one. If you're just try to, I would say, break it into small pieces so that it can be easier for you to analyze and to actually be productive on achieving that goal. If your goal is to, let's say, signing a publishing deal, okay, you signed a publishing deal, check, just move on to the next goal. Your goal is that your game goes to the global audience. Did you reach the global audience? Check, move on to the next goal. It's really hard for me, honestly, to define success. I think it really depends on your personal goals, I would say.
Totally agree. Now, I think we already somehow answered that, but if you have any follow-up on the point that, what's your advices for the new startups or new studios or new developers who want to break into the market and stand out and have some kind of success, whatever the definition of the success is. But if you have any more advices into the newcomers into the industry, please.
And I would love to give an advice to my team and the team of Madhawks, Chickmania. Give time to your studio. Give time, work, and if you want to spin off, spin it. This is natural, this is okay. But give time to your studio to succeed. Haneen was with us yesterday. Haneen, she worked 13 years with Ubisoft. And Ubisoft, 13, right? 7 years. 7 years with Ubisoft. She did not spin off, she gave time to Ubisoft. And most of the game developers, they do this until they spin off their own operation. So don't rush in spinning off. Not because we are afraid of not hiring or creating, because we need to create a story.
Exactly.
And this story needs time. You understand the story better than us today, working with us. You need to create the story. Let us finish the story, then spin off. So don't rush off. This is my advice. Because your success in your existing studio will create your long-term success as an individual, whatever you are doing in your life. Nice. And being an entrepreneur can be an entrepreneur. So the definition that we have locally about, be an entrepreneur, it's not about having your own studio. You can be an entrepreneur
in your own company.
In your own
company. The company that you work on, yeah.
So this is my advice.
I totally agree, especially in this industry, which cannot be measured with 1 game or 2 games or 1 year, 2 years. Things take time, and you don't know which game will hit the biggest and make the success, and it need everyone experience that it's built with the years, because no one knows everything from the day one.
Exactly, especially when you are happy with your studio.
Yeah.
And I can see faces are happy with, with their own studio. If you are happy, unless your studio is a bad studio, then leave it. If you are happy, give it time. And especially you are young guys. So give it time. I'm not talking about
لسه في وقت يعني.
He was happy, so I'm not talking about you, except you, everyone is young.
He was like, I'm deleting the resignation now. That's good. Hazem.
My advice is to start small.
Yeah.
Many indie studios, like, they want to build this huge first project, and in their cases they could finish the project, because usually indie studios, this will be their first game. They don't have the expertise, the experience, how to market the game, how to create the full game loop. So they end up working on the same project for 3 years, and in many cases it didn't get released, and even sometimes when it gets released, it might fail. So start small, build small projects, small success after success, until you build like the big project that you dream of. So we wanted to make a fighting game since day one in Mad, and it took us 5 years until we started working on it.
Nice. Mustapha.
Like Hazem said, start small and try to. If you have an idea, just create an MVP, get it out there, and then build on it.
Yeah, I really like this part, like quick testing.
Needs to be said is that
Very fast.
اشكر was built in 3 weeks.
The original
7 years
one. Nice.
Later, today it won the best social media.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Yes, we could have worked 7 years and
Then
maybe
release it.
something that is good. But we grew it organically with the audience. So don't be afraid to just release and see how things are going.
That's very well said.
I totally agree, and I think maybe our secret sauce is the passion. If you're not passionate enough about what you are doing, I don't think that you would be able to survive in this industry. This industry is quite hard, very competitive, and I'm sorry to say that failure is highly expected. You might not be profitable from the first game you launch, not even the second. Maybe you can start being successful from the third game you launch. So just keep that mindset that failure is fine. Don't think about like creating the dream of your game on your first game. It's okay. Create like a very bad game. Just get it there out in the market. Test it. Fail fast, and then keep growing. Keep maybe maximizing the scope. I feel like just keep your passion alive, because I feel like that's our fuel, and that's what always keeps us going.
That's very well said. Like for example, Angry Birds and Final Fantasy. If you checked out their stories, it's not the first game had success. No, it was almost the last game before they closed.
Exactly.
It's success.
Exactly.
So I will finish this panel with one last question for everyone to tell us briefly about his next adventure or the next planning or what's coming next for you. Feel free to elaborate if you like.
Myself, it's time to retire. So my team is taking over now a lot of operation, which will be expanded to Saudi Arabia. We are happy that we managed to reach with the capacity building program. So I'm just focused on helping more studios and developers. It's my aim upcoming as Maisal World and as part of the gaming lab. But as Maisal World, my team recently is taking over most of the operation. Which
is great opportunity for the rest of the team.
Which is I'm happy that they understand how our commitment to the community, because our DNA, as everyone knows, we have a different DNA in terms of the commercialization of Maisal World. So we have a DNA with the community. So the team now 100% realize the community. We recently signed Minecraft, so we are working with Minecraft recently in the region. So Jordan is our kickoff for Minecraft. So there is a lot of educational part what we are doing. So this is my next, and I'm very happy to be part of the building the community in Saudi Arabia. And it's not about the money, it's about the impact. I can see day by day, and my team is also, they have the same thing. We can see the change that is happening, and that is reflecting on us in Jordan and in the region. We are grateful that we have this opportunity to deal with a very sensitive part of the community, which is the students, the early stage students, work with them on gaming in Saudi Arabia. Honestly, and I hope very soon that we'll have an easy entrance for Iraq, for the market, because this is our biggest.
I would love to come here. We enjoy.
This is our biggest market, and I think Iraq is in large. It's, I think, if not bigger, equivalent in terms of potential as Saudi Arabia, and hopefully, as I'm talking as a Jordanian, the proximity to Iraq and Saudi Arabia. So this is my next plan. I'm working hard in Iraq now to make sure that we set up something soon in Iraq. And Saudi, alhamdulillah, and personally, I want to focus on the next generation of our studios in Jordan.
Amazing. Look forward. Hazem. Yes.
Currently, we are building like multiple projects, both on mobile and PlayStation. Our main focus now is on fighting. We're working hard to release it beginning of next year, so that's our main target. And during next year, the main thing that I will work on is developing the team, increasing their skills, and like experimenting with the new technologies. We need to step up our game in order to increase the quality of our games. So this is our main focus next year.
Really looking forward for Amr. Thank you, man.
We have a couple of games in our pipeline that we're very excited to show you. We have one coming up in I think the last of the first quarter next year.
Nice.
Yeah, we're trying to move.
No more information. Yeah. Let's keep it a surprise. I'm really looking forward, man. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Miyad.
For us,
You are in the middle of the fighting with the behemoth now.
Oh, a lot of fightings actually.
Yes.
For us, we're actually closing the development of Bahamut by the end of this month. So we're expecting to release the game on the first quarter next year across all platforms on PC, PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox.
Oh yeah, correct. I just remember that you got the Nintendo Switch also. Congrats, which is amazing. I don't think we have a lot of. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Do we have like?
No.
I think only another one. There is like it's a colorful blocks. I forget the name.
Yes.
Yeah, it's also from Saudi.
There are some. We're cooking some stuff, I would say, in the kitchen.
Nice.
Hopefully it works out. But yes, we're also signing a publishing deal. Part of it is to port it to all the different consoles on the first quarter next year, inshallah. And in few months, we're also closing an investment round. So we're expecting an expansion, inshallah, next year, where we will start working on 3 projects at the same time, and we will be doubling the team as well. So it will be a new challenge for me, and very excited for next year.
Thanks a lot.
And I want to ask to you a question.
Okay, please.
So Danar, you've been a student here in Jordan.
Yeah.
You joined us in the gaming lab.
Yes.
You were part of the community, and you helped us a lot in building the community side and doing the jams, etc. You went back to Iraq. You have, mashallah, a nice family.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're still indie. You are still indie.
Yes.
And you are still doing games.
True.
Why?
The first thing is the passion. I think the only way, if I want to keep progressing and finding new opportunities for myself, is to keep doing that and keep learning and keep building my portfolio. whether there was opportunities or not. So every time, that's why I keep doing on my own, like a game or two to test out and learn from it and making new connections. So this is my strategy. It's always to build the portfolio, and I'm passionate because sometimes I see something and say, oh, this will be nice if I mixed it with this genre. And you see me like going crazy for a game jam for 2-3 days and to do it. It's really helped me. Like it's someone when they want to relax, they go to a beach. Sometimes making a game make me relax, but it give me headache till I publish it. But still, it's fun. So the passion driving me. And if I stopped, everything will stop. I will not find new opportunities, new adventure. And I'm trying really hard to stay in this field and not to go and find something else, because it's very easy, like to get temptation and someone tell you, okay, come to this company, which is totally different, which happened to me, by the way, when I go back to Iraq for 3 years and a half. My main work, my main salary was coming from something that's not related to game development in any way. But at home, I keep doing that, because if I didn't do that, you don't see Danner now, because that's it. If you leave it, that's it. Huh? I will die inside. I will be like someone like this. And yeah. So yeah.
I would love to thank you, Danner.
Thank you. No, man.
Know how we are a few hours away, but I know how tough to reach Jordan.
Yeah.
And the investment you put in the cafe and building, also pushing the community. Thank you.
Thanks.
Is a great friend, not only for the Jordanian community, for the Arab community. Bravo. Danner.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. I didn't expect that, but thanks a lot, man. It's an honor to see you guys. It's an honor to come to Jordan. It's my second country, definitely. Lived there for many years, so it's always happy to see you. I will give 1 minute or two if there is a question from the audience before I thank my awesome panelists. Yes, please.
Hi guys, thank you so much. This was very interesting. So as you mentioned, I'm in marketing, so maybe my question will be a little bit marketing oriented. You mentioned that we are developing here in the MENA region games that will allow us to spread a little bit more about our culture. And I do believe that today we do need to push for a better representation of Arabs in entertainment in general, and video games in particular as well. Other than this theme, how do you think we are different from other game developers around the world? How do people, professionals in the industry, how are we different, or how our products can be different compared to the rest of the world? Thanks.
Let me get this one.
Of course.
We are not different. we are game developers as other game developers. But maybe the themes that we provide will be different. I believe the mythology that we can add to the games is something new that has not been overused in other games and movies. So I believe we can provide this unique content, unique stories, characters that are not yet out there, that they are not used to see, and it will be more interesting for them to explore the new mythologies and worlds. And I think we are work in progress. So for example, I see Osama is back there. So today we have the first time ever where a musician is performing music for games here in the gaming side.
True. I'm so happy to when I saw him. I was like, finally, we have someone with music.
So Osama will have a live session after this.
Yeah.
He will perform a live music creation and sound effects for gaming. So we are work in progress. This happened years in Europe, and we are doing this. And even in Pocket Gamer, I did not see any session that is live session doing music. So this is unique, work in progress. Are we, as Hazem said, we are, I think, with the with the female presence in our community. I think this is the power. I think the girls that we see in Mad Hawks, in Chickmania, in My Silver, in Tomato, are really the power that is unique worldwide. And you know, Halim, as someone who lives in Europe, you know how unique this to the industry. So thank you guys for being with us.
Awesome. Thank you. So, thank you everyone. Do we have another question? I think it will be the last one because of the time.
And I really recommend you see Usama
Yeah.
and pressure him because he's nervous. So pressure Usama as much as you can. This is his first time to perform for games. So whoever can stay for the music, stay. Pressure him. He has his family with him, so we have double pressure for Usama.
Yes, please, your question.
Hello, please.
Yes.
Sorry about this, but my question is a bit odd, actually. We as aspiring developers in the future, I hope, we are kind of taking notes in games like it's kind of passion. So it's projects, lifetime projects of our dreams and games and how to develop them. When you mentioned games, you said, yeah, we were closing development for this game, we are working on these games for this certain time, and giving sort of a system to everything. So is developing a game is time-based, or is it just a lifetime project that you update continuously? When do you end the development of a certain game? Is it something?
I think Mustapha, maybe because it's 7 years and it didn't stop. So, is there an ending?
I think there's a different answer. You get a different answer from each one of us. For some of us,
based on the project.
When you feel like you have to move on because there's nothing more to give. Certainly for mobile games, the end of the game is when the game is not working anymore in terms of revenue or users. I think for consoles, you guys can answer more. But for mobile games, we see that if the game is not performing, kill it before you invest more time in it. And if it's it's showing promising results, build on it.
It depends on the game itself. So we've built games in 2 months that's generating revenue till now after 6 years. And we've worked a year and a half on some games and killed it after 3 months of testing. So it depends on the game and how it will perform. This is in mobile. For console, if you are going with a paid model, there is no specific timeline. It depends on the type of the game that you are building and how much time you need to invest. But you need to look like the game design and content for the game and have like at least a predicted timeline, because if you don't have goals for the project, it will never end. So it depends on the game and on the platform.
And ourselves, we kill a lot of games. We've been killing games also yearly, but it depends on the game. Some games, it's not about how much revenue they are making. So sometimes we keep games and we keep supporting them because they have an impact. Because we built, for example, a game for We Rise, which is a women empowerment game. We did it with the UN Women. It has 0 revenue, but we kept on publishing it and supporting it because we need to keep on empowering women through games and empowering the message of the UN Women. So it has nothing related. But some games we kill them because the technology is irrelevant today, or like the cardboard games that we had, the VR cardboard games we had. There's no cardboard anymore, so we kill the cardboard games. Sometimes it's about our passion, it's not our passion. Sometimes we did the game because we followed the trend, but we do kill games every year.
That's awesome. I want just to add something, since he's a newcomer, and I think it's safe to say that everyone who published a game, me included, we are never fully satisfied when we publish it, but you need to have an end and just press the publish, and it's always like that. And don't fall into the thing that I want to make it perfect, fully perfect, because you will never hit this end and you will say fully perfect. I think all the games released and perfect.
And the emotional attachment.
Yes, this is
to be emotionally attached to your game, but there should be a limit for that, because it might destroy your whole company because you are emotionally attached to your project that might never succeed.
True. I think that's it for us. Thanks a lot for being here. Thanks to you for everyone. Thank you. Noor, Hazem, Mustapha, Miyad, they are awesome people. Thanks a lot for this opportunity. So see you.